All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready to dive in.
Always.
Today, we're tackling something that, well, might seem a little mundane.
Uh-oh. What is it?
Daylight saving time. You know, that whole spring forward, fall back thing.
Oh, right.
But I think you'll be surprised by just how much there is to uncover here. We're going deep, using some excerpts from a recent article. By the end, you might just find yourself looking at those clock changes a little differently.
I'm intrigued.
Me too. So, to start us off, have you ever noticed how DST seems to, pop up throughout history, especially when things get tough?
You know, you're right. It's like clockwork. Ha! But seriously, it always seems tied to moments of crisis or when resources are stretched thin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about it. The idea of messing with our clocks to get more daylight actually goes way back, centuries even. But it was really World War I that brought DST into the mainstream, a way to conserve energy,
Right. And then lots of countries ditched it once the war ended, but then brought it back during World War II. And then, what was it, the 1970s energy crisis?
Yep. You can't deny the pattern. Almost makes you wonder if there's something more to it than just saving energy, right?
There just might be.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about what DST actually does, beyond just making us groggy for a week in the spring.
Sounds good.
First up, energy. Was all that clock changing really worth it? Did we actually save energy?
Well, it depends on who you ask and what studies you're looking at, honestly.
Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to hear.
No. I mean, there is some evidence that shows DST can lead to, well, modest energy savings. Like, think about the evenings. Less need for artificial light, right?
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
But there are also studies that show, well, either a minimal impact or even an increase in energy use in the mornings. People need more heat or light when it's darker outside, obviously.
So it's not a simple answer, is it? It makes you wonder, even if there are slight energy savings here and there, is it really worth the hassle?
And not just the hassle, but the potential downsides.
Right. You're talking about health?
Exactly. This is a big one. I mean, we're messing with our sleep schedules.
Yeah. Not exactly a small thing, right? Our bodies run on those rhythms.
Exactly. And that abrupt time change, even if it's just an hour, can disrupt our natural sleep rhythms, our circadian rhythm.
Right, circadian rhythms. And that impacts more than just feeling tired, right?
Absolutely. Our hormones, our metabolism, even our mental sharpness, all of that gets thrown off. And some studies have even linked DST to, well, this is a little scary.
Oh, no, what?
Increased heart attacks and strokes, particularly right after that spring forward.
Wow. I always feel awful for, weeks after that time change. Can't imagine what it's doing to people who are already struggling with their health.
That's a valid concern.
Okay, so energy savings might be debatable, and the health impacts are, well, pretty worrying.
Yeah.
But maybe DST is good for the economy. More daylight equals more spending.
Well, that's what some folks argue. There is some research suggesting DST does lead to a boost in retail sales.
Because people are out and about more in the evenings.
Right. Plus, the recreation industry tends to benefit, too, with more folks spending time outdoors.
So it's like a win-win for those sectors, at least. More daylight, more money. Almost sounds like a mini economic stimulus, right?
Sure, but that's only one side of the story. There are economists who argue that, well, any economic gains from DST could be offset by the hits to productivity and, of course, the health issues we just talked about.
So it's another one of those tricky trade-offs.
Exactly. Short-term gains in some areas, but potentially negative impacts on overall well-being and productivity in the long run.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? And speaking of things to think about, let's talk about safety.
Okay.
More daylight during that evening rush hour should mean, fewer accidents on the roads.
Right, you would think. And there is some evidence to support that. Like, one study found that after switching to DST, traffic fatalities in the U.S. actually decreased by about 10%.
Okay, so it's safer.
But other studies, they show no significant change or even a slight increase in accidents, particularly during those darker mornings.
Oh, right, the morning. So even the safety argument isn't as clear-cut as it might seem. It's kind of all over the place, really.
Right.
And that really makes sense when you consider that there's actually a pretty big movement out there pushing to get rid of DST altogether. Either totally abolish it or just go with year-round standard time.
And it's understandable, really. The argument for year-round standard time is all about, well, consistency.
Makes sense.
Consistent sleep patterns, fewer potential accidents, maybe even some overall health improvements. But efforts to change DST laws, they often run into, well, let's say, pushback from certain interest groups.
Right. It's not just about the science of the data, is it? There's always politics and economics mixed in.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, after this deep dive, where do you stand on DST? Has your perspective shifted at all?
For me, what really stands out is that there's no easy answer. It's not one size fits all. Whether we keep or ditch DST should really be based on carefully looking at all the evidence, both sides of the story, and the specific needs of each community.
I think that's a really great point. And it leaves me to one final thought, something for everyone listening to chew on. Imagine if we could completely redesign our timekeeping system today, knowing what we now know about our bodies and how interconnected our world is. Would DST even be part of the equation?
Wow, that's a great question.
I think so too. So I hope this deep dive has given everyone some new things to consider about daylight saving time. It's more complicated than you might think. Keep exploring this topic, keep questioning, and keep forming your own informed opinions. Until next time, see you then.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.